Do I need to introduce him? Maybe not. This is Elias Santos. Did I say right?
No, Eliza.
Eliza
Yeah.
Santos. He's also known by Eli, my guy,
The people's guy.
the people's guy. Well, we're here, okay, to talk about him, about his friction with the YPD, to understand why. This interview is not a sign of support for Eli or support for the YPD. I am not a judge. I don't pass judgments on people. All that I do is cover stories and interview people.
Got it. You're
Okay.
the middleman.
I take no sides.
Gotcha.
Okay?
They will decide.
Okay? I take no sides. I just put it out there. You guys watch. You guys decide who's right, who's wrong, and make your own judgment. That's my bottom line. That's my platform, and that's how I see things. Eli, I've been watching your videos,
Okay.
and I must say that some of your videos are hard to watch.
Understood. I understand.
Okay, some of you,
Most of them.
most of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look at your videos, and I said, okay, what positive can I get out of this video? Because it's like here in Yonkers Voice, I talk about problems, but I'm very much interested also in solutions for those problems.
Okay.
Okay, what positive does your video shows, or what you try to show with your videos?
Okay. First thing is first. I'm not trying to show. It's happening. So all of a sudden I decided to record. I've been having a YouTube channel since like 2009 to put my little music that I do for me and my family, for myself. And these things have been happening to me, so I've been recording them. Not with the purpose of showing it. They didn't start like that. So I've been just recording my momentums, but what's happening to me. It's raw, and that's that. And if you see in those situations, there's two things that you have to look at. We have the law, and we have morals and manners. Now, while you watch my videos, you might be confused within those two things, because you need to choose which one you're gonna get focused on. Law or manners, morals, and feelings. So now, if we go in the law side, Eli broke no law. I have broken no law at all.
But let me just get involved there. You saying that your video shows multiple issues,
Yes.
morals, laws, and Elias broke no laws. But if we're going to talk about moral,
Yeah.
Elias, I can say that the language that sometimes I hear on your videos, telling police officers to suck my whatever, it's
I never got to that. I never got to
You
that. I
never-
said, get down, but it wasn't.
But the insinuation was
You
there.
got it right. The
Okay?
insinuation, yes.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt
Yeah.
at the moment.
So because you don't say certain words, does not mean that you didn't imply certain things.
I understand.
Correct?
Yeah.
You might say the same thing but using different words, but we know exactly what you mean.
I understand.
Now, I have seen you giving the camera or getting the two little kids, now I learned that your nephews,
Yeah.
to talk about what they think is going on.
Yeah.
Do
of
you
course.
think it's okay to get your children, your nephews, involved in something that perhaps they shouldn't be involved in? Because they minors.
I understand
And they
that.
are at that age that you're making them, you're raising them. Personalities are being formatted at that age.
That's your opinion.
No, of course.
Yeah, because
no.
it could happen before that age or after.
No,
but in your opinion, that's the age
Of course,
where they
Eli,
are.
of course. We're talking, I'm telling you, I'm asking you questions like I told you in the
Yeah,
beginning.
I understand.
Not my questions.
No, I understand.
I'm conducting an interview, and you're the guest.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So you are the guest. So I'm asking you the questions because
Understood.
I want to know your answers.
Yeah,
I wanna-
but you was giving me an opinion.
Exactly. I'm giving
your
you-
personal opinion.
Exactly.
They're
Right.
at that age of.
That's my opinion.
Understood.
I'm sure that you might differ. You might
There
have a
you
different
go.
opinion.
Very different. Yeah.
And we must understand each other's opinion,
Yeah.
okay, and respect each other's opinion.
Yeah. That's of course.
Like I
That's
didn't
the
invite
most
you here
important.
to argue, be combative with you. I just invited you to come here
To understand.
to understand
the situation.
what's going on.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I think it's more than just meets the eye.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you that sometimes I look at your videos and I say, okay, perhaps certain things that has been said
Should have never
could be
been.
said
Yeah.
differently.
You know my little problem?
What is it?
My thoughts. I express them.
No filter?
No filter.
So between
I
brain and
express,
mouth, there
it
is no
just
filter.
goes out. You know, sometimes as we speak now, I might not just, I might block some things that I'm thinking and I just say it. But at the moment, at those moments, it's hard for me to stop what I think. I just say it, no matter who it is. It could be the president right in front of me. And what I feel, it might be a curse. It might be a bad word, And I'm not saying it's okay. It's not okay. But it happened, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm pretty sure you're not perfect, and
Oh, no.
most of you are not, right? So picking on other people's issues, it might help the other one if they want to change. But I agree with you in the language, but I can't stop my thoughts. I might curse, I might not, but isn't this a free country? Don't we have freedom of speech here?
No. You see,
No?
no,
How does it work? Yeah, help me out.
my opinion.
Your
It
opinion.
might differ from yours opinion.
Understood.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
I teach my kids that we live in a free country.
But this is not about the kids.
No. I'm talking about what you just said.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Okay? And I tell my kids, look, you are free to say whatever you want. But let me tell you, there is consequences to whatever you say.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I agree with that statement.
There is consequence. You can tell your dad, Dad, go F yourself. But guess what? When you say that to your dad, which is me, that's going to be consequences to what you just said. That's in my household.
I understand.
On the street, the consequences might be different.
Yeah, it might be worse.
It
It might be less.
worse.
You never know yet.
Exactly. I might say that to a police officer.
Yeah.
He might arrest me under some kind of a criminal charge.
Yeah, but now we're talking about the family and the kids.
But
That's not my issue.
Eli,
Yeah.
where do kids learn how to conduct their lives?
At home.
At home.
Yeah.
Okay. And when
But what I showed in that clip doesn't show you the way I raised my kids.
no, you're right. Inside your home, you might be a totally different person.
Yeah.
Here, I don't see the same Eli that I see on the videos.
And you won't.
And I
It's
won't.
impossible. Yeah, it's impossible because out there we're in the streets or at my house.
But do you agree that projection, it's important? Because look, I'm a person that don't pass judgments. And I don't create opinions about people based on what others might say about that person. Even though sometimes I feel that people make judgments about me based on what somebody else said about me. So all I have about Eli is what I see. Okay? A lot of people don't have the opportunity to sit down with Eli and talk about things. So they can formulate a different opinion about Eli based on what.
It's understood. Yeah, you could just create an opinion on what you saw, what you have.
But
that's what you have. And from what you have, it varies. You have an opinion, they have an opinion,
Exactly.
everybody has different opinions.
So let me ask you this, Eli. Instead of creating a bad opinion about you, instead of
on you.
or me, or no,
because
I have no bad opinion about you. Okay?
No, but you just said instead of creating a bad opinion.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm talking in general terms. Okay, I'm gonna change that. Instead
because
of
it could be 10 people, and out of 10 people, we have one that says it's bad, then 9 that says no.
Yes.
We could have 5 and 5.
Exactly.
We could have 4 and 5.
we could have 3 and 3
So
and
how
7.
do we know it's a bad opinion?
We know because we can hear.
Understand.
Okay. Before I called you, I actually tried to contact you in person.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I was able to call you and to contact you was because you opened the comments on your channel, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But before that day, I had tried
You had
many.
tried?
Yes.
I've seen your videos. I've sat down.
I went on Main Street. Actually, it's Palisade, Elm Street, and Palisade.
So see if you see me.
Ask, hey guys, you guys know who Eli is? No one could give me, so I tried to contact.
Yeah, because I've been out here. I've been in Yonkers 7 years. But my job, my house. My job, my house, my kids. So nobody in Yonkers knows who I am.
So Eli, tell me.
Probably the store owners.
Tell me, who are you? Who are you? Are you a working man? Working man? Do you work hard? Family? Tell me about Eli the man.
Break it down. It might not be as short as it needs to be, but I'll do my best to elaborate it. When I was I'm from New Jersey. When I came here, I was 11 years old, and I started going to school in Jersey. When I was 13 years old, I started working in a barbershop as a stylist, doing hair. At the age of 16, I dropped out.
Eli, I gotta stop you for a second. Is this thing broadcasting?
Yes.
Where? I have to stand up, guys. You guys know that YouTube don't always work the way we want it. Give me a second. Well, I don't know where because I cannot see it on the page. So, New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. I dropped out of school on my freshman year. Babies, too early. From the barbershop, I went to trucking. I did a lot of appliances. I worked for Home Depot, for Lowe's, for Bob's, Raymond Flanagan, Ashley. I've been all around, breaking my back. I've been through a lot of things. I don't know how to summarize or elaborate it, so if I get stuck, your questions might help a little better because I might skip a lot of very important things throughout my life. As a teenager, I was homeless for a long time, about 6 months, sleeping in a cemetery. It was a very rough time. My mother wasn't around. My father was around only when I was a kid. So my idols, my views, my heroes were those out there in the streets. You know, I see the guy with the big chain. Dang, I see him with a lot of girls. You know, what does he do? No, he sells drugs. What does he do? No, he do this. So you want those things.
Those became your idol?
Yeah, those are your idols because you're out in the streets. So you want to have cars, you want to have change, you want to be happy. Yeah, but those guys are not getting the money the right way.
Right.
So we have a wrong view from the beginning, you know, as a teenager. So as you grow, things need to change. Some of them, for some people do, for some don't, you know. So I had the wrong idols, religion confused, and I didn't have a home to teach me what life is really about. What's the purpose of life? What's the purpose of a school? You know? To me, school was just to go and learn to write and read and write. I didn't know that would give you a future.
I read your comment, Eli, the other day.
Yeah.
And you kind of self-described yourself. And you said, yes, and you said exactly what you're saying to me now. Because you felt like some, I'm going to say police officers because your videos is more about friction with law enforcement. And you were talking about who is Eli. And what I read and what I understood, you were saying, look, because I talk loud, because I curse here and there, does not mean that I'm a bad person. I was raised on the streets, basically. I was raised looking at the wrong people
Exactly.
as the idol, as the image who I should
Exactly.
be. Okay, so you kind of described the problem that many kids in Yonkers are having. So my question to you, Eli, is instead of using our media, because social media today, it's a powerful tool, more powerful than many people wants to accept and understand.
It is, it is.
If you realize that part of the problem was your upbringing, why don't do something to change the upbringing of so many kids, okay, that are all around us, not just in Yonkers, not just around me and you, everywhere. Why don't be part of the solution and be part of the problem?
Because I haven't been focusing on that.
So why don't we do it? So I'm going to give you a challenge. Why don't you and I work together in a positive way? Okay? Why don't you and I work together to change mindsets, okay, of many kids out there?
I would love to do that.
Because let me tell you, and I'm a little older than you, okay? I'm 61 years old, even though I feel like I'm 20.
You double my age, you double.
I double your age.
Yeah.
So perhaps I doubled your experience. I'm not sure about that.
Depends, it depends, yeah.
It depends. Maybe you have more experience.
It depends on the field, depends on the
but,
field.
But I can tell you this, Eli. I have lost many things in my life because of my smart mouth.
I understand.
Of the
Me
past.
too.
Of the past.
It happens.
I have paid for consequences in a negative way because of the way that I expressed myself.
Yeah, but I hope.
I'm not talking it's the same thing as you.
No, I hope those consequences don't go within the law field. Because of your mouth, you shouldn't get in trouble like that.
You think I have never been in trouble with the police? Well,
Because-
you're wrong.
No, I'm
I
assuming
have.
so. I'm assuming
no,
so.
don't assume. I have.
But because of your mouth,
And because of my mouth.
that's crazy.
But look, but sometimes I tell people all the time, look, if you are confronted with the police, let's say I stop my car, they tell me the light is broken or I didn't make the signal, and I'm sure that I did make the signal. I'm sure. There is no doubt in my mind. Maybe at that particular moment is not the time for me to engage.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm right, even though he might know I'm right. But is it right at that particular moment to engage? Because look, if I engage, I know who's going to lose.
I agree with your statement.
Okay.
I'm totally agreeing with you. But now, you could put it beautiful. Saying it at the moment, you don't have those thoughts that you're saying right now because you don't know what's going to happen, the way he's going to approach you and how he's going to act. But now you could put it beautiful. Of course, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to start arguing with him.
Well,
I will get my citation and go through due process, go to court.
Let me tell you my
But
last.
that's now.
But no, let me tell you.
At the moment, it might.
Well, let me tell you my last encounter. Okay.
Just don't break the law.
Okay. Let me tell you my last encounter, which I broke the law.
Okay. See now I don't agree with that. I don't go with that.
But let me tell you. Well, I didn't broke the law.
You just say you did.
I violated a traffic regulation. Okay.
Okay.
I go to an incident. I see the incident about 20 feet away from me.
Okay.
I park my car not on a non-parking zone. It was an unloading zone, which means no standing. No standing and no parking are two different things. Okay, no parking is you cannot.
You heard that?
Yeah.
No standing, no parking are two different things.
Exactly. No parking means you cannot close the car,
And
leave
leave
the car.
it there parked. Yeah.
No standing means.
You can't stand there, block traffic or any.
So I parked there.
You parked.
I parked. I stopped the car. I was next to the car. I was next to the car. There is something going on. Police are involved with whatever was going on. Another police comes to the scene. The first thing that he does, instead of paying attention to the crime that was happening, His mind was, let me give this guy a ticket. He came to me and gave me a ticket. As he was walking to my car, I noticed that his intention, some kind, I read it, and I said, officer, would you like me to move? Now I'm thinking that maybe I was, in a way, he said nothing to me. He was actually very arrogant to a certain point.
Let me interrupt you, I'm sorry. If I was you in that moment, so you can understand me a little bit? In my mind would be this F idiot.
Exactly.
And I would say it.
Exactly.
I would have stopped, I would say, it would go through my mind, but I would say it, and it might hurt his feelings. And they might
But you might
retaliate against
escalate.
me. But that's okay.
No, it's not okay, Eli.
Of course.
Eli, it's not okay.
Listen. They are there as professionals. If I escalate, like I said, I didn't graduate, I'm not as educated as they are. They are the professionals. If blindfolded I escalate, I really hope that they are capable of de-escalating. But it's not what we see most of the time.
I got you. You're saying that they are trained to de-escalate. They're not trained.
I'm not saying they're trained to de-escalate, but
they go
they
the process.
should.
They go the process. They go to the academy. They take training.
Yeah, they should de-escalate because they're there to solve a problem.
They're not there to escalate and make a small problem a bigger problem. But the other side of the token is that I also need to know and understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking before I actually speak. Because at that moment, if I had told him, go F this or F that, he wouldn't achieve anything. Okay? So, okay.
Express your feelings.
Well, now he gave me the ticket. That's fine.
Yeah, you withheld what you wanted to say. I understand.
No, I didn't withheld. I didn't ever felt like saying
Like
go
saying
F
nothing,
yourself
yeah,
because
no.
it's not in my nature.
Exactly.
I might be
All right.
argumentative a little bit, but I know exactly where to stop.
Yeah, but there are some things that go through here that you don't say.
I have a filter.
There
You have no filter.
At all. At all. If that takes me to jail, then we're going to jail, my guys.
But Elijah, that's what I was going to say.
And then we go through due process. The judge will find out, and
But
then
Elijah.
either I learn the lesson, or the officer will learn the lesson.
But
Either or, right? We could both learn the lesson. Like, I can make a mistake, he can make a mistake.
But check this out.
Yeah.
But isn't it better to resolve the issues in a peaceful way? I always tell people, who is the weak man and who is the strong man?
Yeah, but
The weak man, okay, the weak man is the one that resolves his problems by the power of the fist. As soon as there is a problem,
no.
No.
That's not, I agree with you. Yeah,
That's
I agree
my
with you.
opinion.
It's mine as well.
okay, if you're strong-minded, you resolve your problems by the power of your mind. Okay, you don't engage with things that is really not going to help you at that moment. I know the frustration sometimes. You want to say
Yeah, but the
things.
face and my mouth is two different things.
Well, I tell you what.
I use my mouth.
Let me tell you what. I can ask a lot of ladies, do you prefer to be stabbed or do you prefer to be abused verbally? A lot of them say it hurts less to be hurt by the fist. Words do hurt people sometimes.
And they're not supposed to.
But they do.
But we vary from that. They're not supposed to.
They do. Okay.
And we have to accept it, right?
Well,
Right.
they do. Society doesn't accept when you verbally abuse somebody.
They don't accept it.
They don't accept, and they shouldn't accept it.
They shouldn't.
So sometimes the language that you use, because of that filter, okay, it's offensive.
Then
Have you tried, Elias, to try to resolve things in a different way? Because look,
aren't we doing that now?
but I'm not the police officer. I'm not. But you need to try that with the police officer.
It sounds beautiful, but at the moment you can't just make a script like you're making it now.
No.
You know, at the moment things happen. You know, I might get shot. How am I gonna explain to them or try to be without no bad words? But at the moment things happen. You know, and it shouldn't be okay that you, the police, the lawyer, my friends, everybody is just focusing on my tone, on my curses. Nobody's focused. I know that my voice is the what makes you get focused on that. But my guys, let's get focused on the law. All right? Because I'm not here. My purpose is not to educate kids or to school other than my kids. You know? There was a law incident.
Let me just say.
And yet I haven't
Hold
seen
on,
when
hold
nobody
on.
have told me when I broke it.
I have to answer this question.
Go ahead.
Donna Nolan is asking, my question is, why is he being interviewed? My answer is, he's been interviewed because I wanted to interview him. Okay, so that's my question. Those that want to watch it, as you, Donna, you are watching, watch. Those that don't want to watch, you are free not to watch. I don't just interview people because it's good for this organization or good for that organization. I interview people that I think I need to interview.
May I give her an answer?
Okay, I make that decision, not my audience.
May I give her an answer?
Sure,
He's
but be polite.
He's interviewing me. I'm gonna be more polite than you just
Okay.
than you would just were.
Okay.
He's interviewing me because I've been arrested about 5 times in 30 days. Keep on.
But why were you arrested 5 times? Now let's.
We
speak
have
up.
to go.
Can you want to talk about those things?
I wouldn't talk about them, but I
Not
could,
the- not
you know,
details about
exactly
why,
because
not-
with this case still going on, so I don't want
No, definitely.
But the videos are there, and those are the facts, and that's what happened. But any questions in regard any specific case, I might give you a simple answer because it's simple. It's not a big. Ooh, you know, the officers are making it bigger than it is.
Well,
Just because of my mouth, and everybody's focusing on that.
on
Let's
the tone,
focus
on the tone of your
Yes.
voice.
This is not Korea. This is not Germany. Okay? They ask me to obey certain laws. I do my best to. I don't break them. They ask me to obey certain policies. I do my best to. I don't break them. But now when they approach me and I know that I'm obeying those laws and obeying those policies, now they're going to take it to another level. Now they want to give me a value. 24, 26, 30, 21, put it down, bring it down, bring it up. I can't hear you, bring it louder. Or bring it, go down. Then after the volume, now they want to filter me. Don't use the F, don't use the S, don't use the, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they are controlling me with a remote. Besides, I'm not breaking the law, I'm doing as I'm supposed to be. You know, I'm obeying. But now you want me to have a value. And then you want me to take these words out and put those that you like, that won't hurt your feelings.
So last time, I don't know if it was the last. No, it wasn't the last video. Maybe 2 videos before.
Mm-hmm.
You went to the precinct on Riverdale because your vehicle was.
I went to get
impounded.
the release for
They
it.
told you to come back between 11 and 12 or something.
I was arrested
You were
before
arrested
I came
right
back here.
there. The officer that engaged with you, the one that came from inside, behind the balcony, he came out and he was talking to you. He asked you to please don't curse, and you guys escalated.
That wasn't the first encounter.
That was the first encounter?
That was not the
No, I
first
know that
encounter.
wasn't the first.
Which means he knows that I intend to do that. I explain it to them because they're law officers and anything to them is a threat. So the first thing that I do, if you see any of the videos, is listen, sometimes I intend to get loud. Try to deal with me. I might curse and I explain it. But their feelings still get hurt. But they're not here to enforce feelings. That's not their job.
But they're not here to be abused either.
Abused.
Well, when you go and you
Abused.
well, yes. Look, if I was to go to your wife or to your mother or to your cousin or girlfriend, or you to come to my mother, my wife, my whatever, and you tell her, son of a this or
It
come
depends.
down
It
on
depends.
this or that.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not.
Would you
But-
be okay if I say that to your
No,
mom?
I will not. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with my behavior. I don't agree with the curses. But we have people in this world that are like that, and that cannot control it, and that are not educated, and we have to learn how to deal with them.
But you realize those things.
I do, but at the moment I don't.
Well, today you do, but if later on you encounter, then
I might curse. I might yell. I'm in the
because you
streets.
lose, so you
I lose
have
it. I might
you
lose
have a
it.
problem with temperament control. How
But
can,
this is
that-
not a control. You have to control that.
well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get to a point with your opinion whereby if you curse, you go to jail. You get a charge. If we go with your view.
No, but this is not my view. You
Because
see,
I'm not trying to raise other people's children. I'm not trying to educate nobody. I recorded my incident. This is not what I do for a living. I care nothing about police. I want no contact with them in my life. I don't look for them.
They look for you.
They don't look for me. Those things just happen to happen.
How do they happen? Like with your van.
Yes.
I heard this is. I'm not saying I am right.
Go ahead, go
okay?
ahead.
I'm not saying I am right.
Okay.
But I heard that the van was 12 inches from the sidewalk.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
According to
Now, before you go far, so you don't go too far, we're talking about a vehicle that I don't own, right? Somebody else's vehicle?
well, I'm going from the point based on what you said. You were there.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Everybody's going based on what I said.
I can only go by what you said.
Exactly.
But,
I get you.
But listen, regardless if the vehicle is yours or it's not yours, if that vehicle is parked, double parked 12 inches from the sidewalk, and the cop passes by and observes that, and he stops to issue a ticket, based because I got a ticket for being parked too close to the hydrant or whatever. He stops to issue you a ticket. They go and they scan or look at the registration.
We're talking about after I've been arrested 4 times in about 10 days.
I'm talking about a specific case.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
case was after I've been arrested about 4 times in the period of 10 days.
on the same issue. So if that was the 4th time, why didn't you take care of it on the first time
Take care of what?
of the registration?
I don't own no vehicle. I've never had a vehicle in my
So
life.
why were you registered? Why were you arrested?
Let's ask the police officers.
They arrested you based on that, but
Based on my mouth. Based on, it's my van, it's my van, it's my van.
so you said it's your van.
I've been saying it. I could say the world is mine.
I agree.
Right? Can I?
I-
This is crazy. The speech, you have to be very careful in what you say, but it shouldn't be like that.
But I heard you on the police station when you said, "But the van is not mine.
It is not.
It's not."
I've never owned a vehicle in my entire life. Not one vehicle. I've been arrested about 5 times for this damn vehicle.
For this vehicle.
Yeah.
So they assuming that the vehicle
They're assuming,
is
yeah.
yours?
No, but they know. Because as soon as we go, as soon as they get the registration, the name is there of the owner.
But Eli, when the car was parked 12 inches from the vehicle, from the street, they didn't arrest you on the spot, did they?
No.
The vehicle was impounded, correct? When you went to ask why was the vehicle impounded, that's when you got arrested.
Yes, sir.
When you went there to ask, they explaining to you, and then
But that was, remember, keep in mind, this is like the 4th time that I go to the precinct.
Probably.
For the first thing.
Yeah, I'm
in about 10 days.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Yeah,
one
no,
of
but
the instances
just
that
keep
I
in
saw.
mind that they
I
know
am.
who I am already.
Yes, I am. But at that point, you ask the police officer why. He's trying to explain whatever way he wants to explain. And then he turns to you and says, "Well, you're not the owner of the vehicle. So then perhaps I should talk to the owner of the
It's
vehicle."
private information.
It's private information.
That got me a little trigger, and I said a bad word right there. I
Exactly.
should have never said that, but he's saying that dumb S, and then why would you say what? After he's explained all this to me, I told him, but he knows it's not my vehicle. He knows me. He's arrested me about 3 times for the same thing. And while I'm arrested, we have a nice conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so he knows me. I cannot control the volume of my voice. Sometimes I curse. Have I cursed here? Nah, I don't think so, right?
No, you haven't.
Right? But if I'm in the streets, I think I'm allowed to. It depends on the environment that I'm on. If I go to a meeting with my son's teacher, you think I'm gonna curse? You think I'm gonna go loud? Right? So if you look at the circumstances of my situations, either I'm in the streets or I'm in my house. Everybody's focusing on the tone, on the curses, on the tone, on the curses. I've been locked up, I've been arrested, I've been in jail, I've been kidnapped.
But you've been documenting the curses and all that stuff.
Like I said, this is my person.
Your personality.
Exactly. It might be hard to, I might just die being like this.
You know,
I control it my best, but first what I'm gonna do is explain to you. You know, I could be arguing with my father, arguing with my kids, but I'm explaining to you, this is me. Don't feel offended if I go a little louder, because I don't know, you have to give me a volume. I don't know, for you what's loud, for him what's louder.
Okay.
You know, like, and then certain words,
and
it's hard.
I hear you. There is people that talk very low.
Exactly.
Okay? Like they saints, but they evil.
Exactly.
There is other people that they talk very loud,
Scream like
but
me.
they saints.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that's your case.
No, okay.
I'm talking in general. My point is, we shouldn't judge people based on their tone of voice.
Actions.
Actions, not words, right?
Actions, yes.
And because sometimes I have the same problem. People criticize me because I talk loud, but really on my ear, I don't hear me talking loud. I hear me talking.
Everybody has a different opinion. It would be impossible to have 100% of the people happy. It would be impossible.
Yeah.
To have them happy. Now, most of them want you and me to act like